Hey guys, welcome back to Woods Tree Farm. It is Christmas 2023, our 5th year selling trees. And for the past several years, I've been talking about numerous upgrades that we want to make to our Christmas operation. I'm going to run through several of those today because this year we have made massive investments in order to improve things around here. The first of which we are right next to right now. We've got a new fence up here at the entrance, and that fence is at the top of the hill where we had cleared this entire hillside this year so that we could put a new house down there. I shared that with you in a previous video. But for a couple years now, I've been talking about clearing this lot, not to put a house, but so that we could expand the parking area. Parking is up here. We've got several $1,000s worth of new gravel on the ground, and then the fence right there. And as our visitors enter our property, they get that awesome view, which this is what we envisioned 5 years ago when we bought this property. There were trees here. This field was all grown up. Around the pond was grown up. There weren't any Christmas trees off in the distance, but we knew once it all came together, this view would be something else. And that is where we're at now. So it's all finally coming together. Sun's going down quickly, and I want to show you guys our tree lot and some of the other new things that we have this year. So let's run through it. So to start things off, up here by the fence, this is what we're calling our loading zone. So there's some no parking signs up all around. We've got loading zone sign somewhere over here. So the whole idea with this is that customers can pull right up, and if they need help loading, we can load them up without having to haul their trees 150, 200 feet, which is what we've done each of the last couple of years. So our fence line, our gate is now closer to the tree lot, and no trees are on the other side of the building there, which we actually used to do some stuff on the other side. So this fence line, there was a row of cedar trees up in here. We took all of that out, and we were able to set up our entire tree lot up here. And right now we've got over 100 trees open and on display. It's more than we've ever had. They're packed in this space here, and I think we've got a pretty good operation. Kind of right in the center of all of that is the shaker and the baler, and right from that we can head right behind me up to the gate and help people load up. I get questions all the time about how we display trees, and within our tree lot here there are no fewer than 3, maybe 4 ways that we display trees. One way, there's some leaning right along this fence, which we weren't planning on when we set this up, but I think it's working out great. In the middle we've got these pallet racks, which is just simply a 2x4 screwed in between pallets right there, and we just make a series of those. And in the middle sometimes we will screw in, let me see if I can find one. Yeah, here we go. We'll screw in another piece of 2x4 like that, and that just keeps the trees from sliding. But so far, if they start to lean, they'll catch on that 2x4 without falling all the way down. We learned in previous years doing this that they'll fall like dominoes if given the opportunity. So putting some 2x4s in there helps, or putting some extra horizontal pieces in there helps. Over on this fence we've got our taller trees, and we do use some of the display arms that you can buy from some of the Christmas tree suppliers. Here's one that's actually not being used, but this is what they look like, and you can actually stand the tree up. You place its trunk in that little bracket, and it'll suspend it from the fence rather than leaning on it. So we have a few of those on this fence. And then out here, this is the 4th method, and this is the method that I've shared with you guys in previous years. We've just got T-posts in the ground out here. They're about waist high on me, so 3 feet. They were probably 4 feet when we pushed them into the ground, and you can just slide the tree over top of the T-post, and its branches will kind of hold it there upright as long as it's not too windy. None of these trees right now are tied down. We did get wind the other day, and a few of them were blown over, so that's something we just need to watch. Occasionally we'll come through and tie up some trees if we need to, if it gets real windy, but otherwise they're just standing here. And then we've got a few others leaning up against the building over there, and we'll come back around this way, and I will show you where our additional trees are waiting in the wings, ready to go. So I've got all of these trees here already opened up and tagged. I've got some more opened and tagged right there, and then those standing up right back there obviously are not open and not tagged yet. So I've got over 100 trees upright on display, and I've got another 80 or so tagged, ready to go. That still is not enough to get us through our opening weekend, I don't think. Last year we did 222 trees our opening weekend, so we will need to be opening trees while we are open, assisting customers, which is a challenge, but we're way more ahead of it this year with that pile there than we've ever been before. All right, take a look inside of our workshop. This is actually where we've been working the last couple of days, making some wreaths. So we've got 2 wreath making benches right here, and you know, my wife and I have kind of alternated working in here making some wreaths, but that will continue to be set up while we're open for retail sales. And if things ever get slow, one of us will pop over here and make some wreaths. So all the wreath making supplies are in this corner, the extra bows are in this corner, and then right next to that we start with retail items. And a lot of this stuff we get from local crafters, some of it we make ourselves. So everything's coming together pretty good in the shop, and you can see we've just got just about every square inch in here is covered with product. So hoping to have a really bang up year with the shop. And you know, we've got everything in here: tree stands, wreaths, jams, jellies, coffees, barbecue sauce, a lot of stuff with our label on it this year. We found in previous years that people really like to buy the branded stuff. So we've got you know, jams, jellies, salsa, barbecue sauce, salad dressing, all kinds of stuff. Fresh roasted coffee, which we've done for several years in a row now. The list goes on and on. Sweatshirts, I'm actually expecting a shipment of 50 sweatshirts, probably going to come during the day, is what UPS says, during the day on Black Friday, which is a little chaotic, but well, I'll take it. It's better not getting them at all. We'll go back outside and I'll show you kind of down the hill, and this is the rest of our experience with the tree season. Of course, porta potties, we need those. We always get one handicap, one not, and not that we get that many handicap folks, but it's great with you know, if a family's got a stroller or something, they need to take a little one in there. This is our tent where we serve our hot chocolate and cider. We sell our s'more kits, and we've got a popcorn machine in there. We've got a little table right there for letters to Santa. And then down the hill we start kind of our photo props. So we'll decorate that bench over there with some you know, some festive touches. My wife's got some packages and blankets and pillows and some other stuff. The hot chocolate stand, which we've had for a couple years now, and then right down there is the big new addition for this year. Let's go take a look. But I think this is going to be a huge hit for family photos. This, you know, faux wall made out of old barn wood, just has that rustic look, decorated with some fresh greenery here. We've got a real tree over there, and then my wife is going to put out some other stuff, some throw blankets and some pillows and some things like that, just to make it look a little bit more cozy. But I think people are just going to be all over this. And of course, the pond is always a beautiful feature of the farm. So it's, you know, the focal point here, right in the middle of everything. And just down from that, we've got some seating areas. We've got our big fire pit, and then the Griswold car, which we've had this for a few years too, but just in case this is your first time seeing it, I will show you that. And we put a real cedar tree cut down from the property. Here it goes. It's starting on top of the Griswold car. That's a 15-foot long plywood cutout of the National Lampoon station wagon with the awesome, you know, rustic looking cedar tree on top. So that is pretty much the whole thing. We've been burning a bunch of stuff here today. We finally got some rain. It's been dry, so we took the opportunity to go ahead and burn some debris, burn some waste. And of course, this will be roaring all weekend long when the tree farm is open, and people will be down here hanging out, warming up, and roasting their s'mores out here. So that's kind of the quick tour of the tree lot. Like I said, we've been waiting 5 years to clear that land up there, expand the parking lot, get a loading zone up closer, and we finally accomplished all of those things this year. So hopefully it all works out like we want it to when we're busy and there's dozens of people here trying to buy trees at the same time. So we'll see how that goes. I'll update you guys on that on a future video. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Have a festive and merry holiday season. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.